If you're thinking about booking the Carnival Conquest, this video is going to help you decide if it's the actual right ship for you. Because this is not the newest ship, it's not the biggest, and it's not the most luxurious ship, but it might be the right ship for you depending on what kind of traveler you are. This could be a really fun vacation. I'm Kevin, and we've cruised on some of the world's largest ships and traveled all over the world. This time we're going to be giving you our real review of the vibe, food, nightlife, shows, and the overall experience so you can decide before you book. The Carnival Conquest is part of Carnival's Conquest class ships. It first launched in 2002, which means this is not a new ship, but it has received several refurbishments over the years. It weighs around 110 gross tons and is pretty much considered a mid-size cruise ship by today's standard. So don't expect mega ship features like massive water parks or huge entertainment districts. There's none of that here. This is more of a classic cruise experience focused on fun and affordability. Carnival typically uses ships like Conquest for shorter Caribbean itineraries and valued focused vacations. So right away, this ship is going to be mainly about the fun, the social energy, simple vacation vibes, and a budget-friendly cruising atmosphere that might lack some luxury, but doesn't lack that fun. So now that we're on the talk about atmosphere, let's just go ahead and talk about nightlife. When you hear Carnival and nightlife, people are just wondering, is the party still live? Honestly, it was turnt. The dance floor stayed packed, how the energy was split by different ages. I really enjoyed our club time on this boat. So if you're hearing that they've changed things from last year, yes, they've changed some things, but overall, the music, the lights, the people, it was still a vibe. It was still fun. It was still vacation. It was still a celebration. I feel like the music matched the atmosphere. So they did a good job with whatever change they're trying to make. And I don't really think there's anything wrong with them. Carnival still understands how to create a social nightlife experience. While we're on nightlife, let's talk about something else that can really make this ship fun. That's the cruise director. Shout out to Robbie. I don't even ever really remember people's names that well. It's something I try to work on, but I actually remember his name because he was one of the most memorable staff members I've experienced on any cruise. And that just goes for all of them. And we've sailed on some great cruise ships, but Robbie on Conquest out of Miami is an incredible cruise director. It's the type of personality that really shapes how fun your cruise is really gonna be. He was a present cruise director, and that energy that he gave us, was just phenomenal, and you felt it in your own body, and you were just ready for vacation. You were ready to have a good time, and I could still hear the words that he was saying. You have fun because you choose fun, and maybe that's something all Carnival says, I believe, but for the most part, I can remember him saying that, and it was just a blast having him as a cruise director. And I typically never would probably shout out a cruise director. It's something you don't hear, but Robbie, he's a great guy, and he definitely made this ship well worth it. So let's talk about the food. Food was honestly better in some places and just okay in others, depending on where you ate. The main dining room was solid. Honestly, the slow roast beef that I had and my wife's salmon that she had, they were great. But breakfast overall, it was a great experience. It takes some time to come out, but my wife also said that she loved it. The late night options were plentiful, so you had things like Philly cheesesteaks and other comfort foods. I really enjoyed that part because after late night out, it was nice to know that Carnival has your back. And of course, there was Guy's Burger on this ship. That's a Carnival staple food, so they were delicious per usual. My wife enjoyed her time at the buffet, but me personally, I do think they got to step the game up here at the buffet area. So if you're somebody who's looking to elevate their cuisine, I would kind of recommend probably eating in the main dining for all of your dinners. And me for lunch, I was at Guy's Burgers for the most part. I would actually say that the main dining was better than most ships that I've had. It had flavor. Now let's talk about shopping and spending that moolah on the ship. Shopping on board is what you'd expect here on Conquest. There's an FE jewelry store, clothing shops, and even a candy store. So if you forgot your favorite treats, they got you covered. And the candy store, it is a upcharge from the normal prices. We bring our own candy on board, which you're allowed to do. And we just eat that. But if you forget your favorite candy, they probably have it there for you. Let's not forget the typical markups for any type of jewelry is typically better. I've seen a lot of good deals come off cruise ships. So, you know, the cruises are a nice place to get some fine jewelry that you might not see other places. And this ship does have those options for you. There were two main shows during our sailing. I don't remember the names of them, but I remember they were decent and they weren't huge headline productions that you may have heard before on other cruise ships. However, they were entertaining enough for a night out. You get to sit down, you get to relax, and just enjoy being entertained, get you some drinks, and just vibe out. On the main deck, there was also a lot of daytime activities happening, which kept the ship feeling active. This is not a ship where you feel bored, even though there's a lack of surplus because it's not a mega ship. They do very well with making sure that that main area is full of fun and full of energy. And then you go to your shows and you go to these comedy shows and all these different things that you can do on the boat in the evening, and it just works cohesively as long as you go seek out that fun. Now, our main itinerary stop on this ship was Carnival's newest location, Celebration Key. We have a video on that, so check that out, and it was an amazing time. This itinerary is more about easy vacation energy and less exploration, but it's a great time and it's a great 3 to 4 day trip that you would really enjoy. Who is Carnival Conquest great for? It's great for the first-time cruiser, the budget traveler, people who optimize fun over luxury, social travelers, a younger couple or a group, short getaway vacations, and anyone who wants nightlife energy. Who should probably skip this cruise? You may want to skip this ship if you want the newest cruise ships, you want something that's at a Royal Caribbean innovation level, you want a luxury experience, you want a huge Broadway style show, you prefer quiet, refined cruising. None of that is gonna happen on this ship. So here's our final verdict. Carnival Conquest isn't trying to be the biggest or the most advanced ship. It's trying to be fun. And honestly, it succeeds at that. So what more could you ask? Your memories here will come from the staff, the nightlife, a few food moments, and the social energy. It's not about ship innovation. And if that's what you're looking for, this might be the right cruise for you. That's my time. Hey, I'm Kev, and until next time, peace.